Greedy humans unleash a piranha disaster. Mutated eels slaughtering tourists. The sun hung low over the shimmering blue waters of Lake Veridian, a once-forgotten paradise hidden deep inside the South Amazon region. For centuries it remained untouched, protected by local tribes who whispered legends of an ancient aquatic guardian that slept beneath its surface. But greed had a strange way of pulling humans toward danger, especially when money was involved. 4 months ago, a billionaire eco-tycoon named Richard Harlow discovered rare minerals below the lake's bed. He bought the land illegally, silenced the tribes with bribes and threats, and announced a plan that would turn the lake into the world's most profitable freshwater resort. He promised paradise, but he opened hell. Chapter 1. The Forbidden Dig. At first, everything seemed normal. Tourists poured in. Floating villas glimmered across the water. The lake became famous on social media. Blue as crystal, warm as a bath, perfect for diving. But only Richard and his private engineers knew the truth. They were drilling non-stop beneath the lake bed. One night, the drills struck something solid. Not rock, not metal, a shell. A giant shell. It cracked. A low vibration trembled through the water, sending ripples all the way to the shore. Fishermen felt it. Birds flew away. The tribes prayed at their temples. The engineers felt only fear. Something had awakened. Within hours, strange creatures appeared near the drilling site. Long black eels with metallic blue streaks on their scales, pulsing like veins full of electricity. They moved too quickly, circling the divers as if studying them. The head diver, Mateo, surfaced screaming, "These aren't normal eels. They're hunting us." Richard didn't care. "These animals will attract more tourists," he said coldly. "Film them, feed them, train them." But the eels weren't there for entertainment. The drilling had broken the ancient shell that kept them dormant. Now they were hungry. Chapter 2. Mutation. Begins. Within days, the eels changed. They became larger, some reaching 3 meters long. Their jaws split open like serrated jaws of a piranha, but stronger, capable of biting through steel. Their skin hardened like armor, shifting colors to blend into the dark water. Scientists begged Richard to shut down the lake. "These creatures are mutating faster than anything we've seen," said Dr. Lina Torres, the lake's biologist. "They're adapting to us. They're evolving for the kill." But Richard only saw dollar signs, a viral sensation, a brand. "Imagine the world's first underwater mutated eel exhibit," he bragged. "People will come from everywhere." He was right. People came, and they died. Chapter 3. The first slaughter. It started with 2 tourists from Europe. They rented a small diving pod to see the electric eels. The resort guide, eager for tips, encouraged them to go deeper. They never resurfaced. When rescuers pulled up the pod, the walls were chewed through, bent like melted chocolate. Inside were only shredded wetsuits and blood. Before the staff could hide the evidence, the lake turned violent. Tourists swimming near the villas screamed as the water around them boiled with movement. Dozens of mutated eels surged upward, slicing through legs, arms, anything they touched. One woman tried to climb onto a floating platform. Something dragged her down. The water turned red. The screams spread across the lake. Families ran. Boats overturned. Lifeguards disappeared. And the eels hunted everything. They didn't just kill. They attacked in coordinated packs, like wolves. The tribes had a name for them: the children of the broken shell. Chapter 4. The escape that was never meant to succeed. Dr. Lina Torres, covered in blood and mud, made it to Richard's office breathless. "You have to shut everything down," she shouted. "Evacuate everyone." "Drain the lake. Destroy the eggs." "Eggs?" Richard asked sharply. Lina swallowed fear. "Yes. They've laid thousands. If we don't stop them now, they'll spread through the river systems. They'll reach cities, oceans, everywhere." Richard turned pale, then furious. "No, we can still control this. We can still make profit." He ordered his armed security to clear the beaches, not to save people, but to hide the massacre before the media arrived. But the truth couldn't be hidden anymore. The mutated eels were growing, multiplying, and escaping the lake. Chapter 5. The final breach of storm hit that night. The lake overflowed, the dam cracked, and in a single violent burst the mutated piranha eels escaped into the open river. Thousands of them. Tourists who survived. The lake disaster watched in horror as the creatures swam toward nearby towns, toward fishing villages, river markets, and freshwater beaches filled with weekend families. Richard Harlow tried to flee on his private yacht. He didn't make it 300 meters before the water began bubbling beneath him. A swarm rose. His security fired rifles, spears, anything they could. But the eels tore through the boat's underside, dragging Richard screaming into the depths. His last words were, "Not yet. No, stop. Silence." Chapter 6. The aftermath by dawn. The river ran red for miles. News channels called it the Veridian horror. Mutant eel massacre. Human greed creates nature's deadliest predator. Governments shut down the entire Amazon region. Special forces tried to hunt the creatures using electrified nets, but they were too fast, too adapted, too angry. Some scientists believe the ancient shell didn't just trap them, it kept them from evolving into monsters that could dominate freshwater ecosystems. Now nothing stopped them. Dr. Lena Torres became the lone survivor leading the global task force. "We opened something ancient," she warned, "something we were never meant to see." The world listened, but it was too late. Ending the river that still screams even today. Fishermen say when the night grows quiet, the water moves with a strange electric glow. It's the eels, guardians, predators, monsters waiting in the dark, not for food, not for revenge, but for the next human foolish enough to disturb their world. Because once unleashed, some disasters never sleep.